Hello. Hey, Farming Life, how's it going, man? How's the temperatures up there handling y'all? Yeah, I was on the phone with, well, I wasn't on the phone. My daughter was on the phone with her grandmother, and in Ohio, and they were talking about it. They're looking at some 80s coming soon up there in that area of Ohio, and then it's gonna be dropping back down. I told them it's that mean weather, boy. It gets you excited about it. I couldn't deal with it over there. I'm finally starting to get caught up on some. No, I haven't. I haven't talked to Eric in a while, probably about 2 months, month and a half. I've been busy, with everything else, and I haven't had much time. I haven't even been watching many videos. I'm just starting to get to the point where I can. I'm starting to watch a few more videos lately. I got my greenhouse, the second greenhouse, ready to plant in the morning. Finished with that today. Got some tying up to do, but it's still ready to be planted. I'm gonna be using cuttings in there. Have you heard from him? Hello, everybody. I'm slowing down, Mr. Robert. I'm going to be planting the greenhouse tomorrow, the second greenhouse. I'm working on the raised beds in the back. I'm having some issues with keeping enough fertilizer in that soil. So I have been trying to get a pump system set up. I looked at Dosatron, and they couldn't get what I wanted. Basically, what I was trying to do was be able to use the fertilizer out the greenhouse to pump off. Hey, Miss Jan, how's it going? Hey, Farming Life, have a great evening, man. I'm gonna give him a holler tomorrow and see if everything's okay. My wife has his wife's phone number also, so if I don't hear from him, I'll get her to shoot a call. Anybody who wants to come up, you're more than welcome to come up. I'm just tired but can't sleep right now, so figured I'd jump on here and we'd do some visiting. Anything's available, but yeah, Mr. Robert, I'm trying to reuse the fertilizer out of the greenhouse. It needs to be replaced every 4 to 5 weeks, so the salts don't build up. And I didn't want to just dump it in the bayou or in the grass. It's turning out to be a little bit more of a chore than I thought it would be. I bought 2 pumps and they're not working the best with it right now. So, and it uses a lot more than I was expecting. So I might end up back with the Dosatron. You're welcome anytime, brother. Yeah, I might end up going back with the Dosatron and just using a couple 100 gallons to fertilize the grass in my yard eventually. I don't want to just dump it out into the bayou. But things are coming along. We built well, besides working in the greenhouse and getting it ready to go, I was out there at 3 o'clock this morning. Besides getting all that ready to go, I built a frame to be able to support 2 ISCB totes and for the fertilizer to be able to fertilize the raised beds. Tomatoes are looking good, just the cucumbers are having an issue. If they're still looking bad when I get back, I'm going to pull those up. I'm going to add some compost into it and pull out the add some more seeds into that, try to give it a little bit more space for the roots. There's a lot of pine in it, more than I looked at. It actually makes a pad on the top. When you water it, makes it run over the side. So I got one of them little garden weasels, and I was rolling it down the middle of the row and kind of close to it to kind of turn some of it over for it to be able to absorb the water instead of pushing it out to the sides of the raised beds. We got 4 people. Anybody that want to come in, y'all are more than welcome. Talk about what you got going on or anything like that. I'm just trying to kill a little bit of time before I go to bed. I did have one of in the new greenhouse that I got running. We got all the tadpole water we need right now in the bayou. It's actually pretty high. If I'd have the numbers on my boat, we'd be going riding the boat. The little dude would love that. Yeah, one of the hoses fell out the buckets this morning when I wasn't paying attention, and I got a muddy spot in the middle of the greenhouse now. Drained about 130, 140 gallons of water on the floor. I was not happy with that. But besides that, got some real good comments on the SmackDown video. That was pretty funny. I also got a comment from the Shed Wars. What's it called? The asshole. Your Shed Wars, the Shed Wars dude. I got the comment, I'm in violations of Shed War 21 guidelines. I need to report to the Marshal's chambers on 4/8 of 21. Failure to appear could lead to more penalties. Till if Doc Holliday don't deal good with Marshalls. So we're going to see how that turns out. Oh, 6 people? What? So I'm sure I'm going to get slapped on the hand. If anybody wants to join, y'all are more than welcome to join. Killing some time. I will be pruning the greenhouse in the middle. I need to do an update on that. Lord, it's ridiculous. Hey, Mr. CB, how's it going, brother? Yeah, no, you didn't miss nothing. You didn't miss anything. You missed the link if you want to come up and visit for a little while. I'll be pruning the greenhouse tomorrow, the middle greenhouse, the one that's been growing. And I'll be using the suckers from that to start the plants in the first greenhouse. Oh, Miss Jan, I don't need nothing. I can take care of myself. You seen that video? Oh man, that was fun. Even John said the video was epic. He begrudgingly said it was epic. And you're gonna see that in the next SmackDown video. I'm gonna make sure of that. So I'll be taking the cuttings from there. I need to hang some fence up. I got some plastic fence I'm going to be hanging up for the it's going to be amelias on the end walls in the greenhouse we have planted now, and it's going to be celebrities in the first greenhouse. It's basically be greenhouse 1, 2, and then 3. The third greenhouse is going to be half planted for buckets or rails, or it's going to be hydroponic, and the other half's going to be for seed starting. Whatever it takes. We're going to make it. Trying to figure out what I can add to the raised beds for next year to help. Well, we're trying to look for some better compost. The stuff I have is composting down relatively quick, but it's still having issues with the plants getting the right nutrients. The pH was a little high, so I sprayed a little bit of pH down on it, added some lime. Cosmic Cherry, what's up, brother? Hey, little piece of heaven farm. I know how you feel, Mr. CB. I'm at the point now. I'm so tired. I can't sleep right now. I'm thinking about what I got to do tomorrow. Work's creeping up on me quick. Anybody that wants to join, I just posted the link again. You're more than welcome to come on up. We can visit about whatever. Mr. CB, I did weed eating today. I push mowed the backyard around the raised beds. I built a frame to hold 2 IBC totes. I was up at 3 o'clock this morning. I washed out all my buckets, filled them with Perlite, put them in the greenhouse. I didn't even, when I realized it was time for lunch, it was almost 4 o'clock. I just waited for supper. Excuse me. The pollen out here right now is just ridiculous. The hood of my truck, I got a white truck. The hood of my truck's yellow. Then with the dirt, we go from raining all the time to nothing all the time. Nothing but dust. And that's what we got right now, dust. Tomorrow my queen's off, so we're going to be doing more work out in the yard. Got a lot more weed eating. I'm going to do a video on the greenhouse tomorrow. It's been way too long. Yeah, John. I know. We can see. I'm sure that date is going to include another video coming out, another SmackDown video. Pretty sure is going to make me mad. I don't do well with authority. I'm glad to see you stop by. You want to visit, John? So, yeah, I got a date. I got to go to the marshal's office. Lord. You give me any tips on what I need to do at the marshal's office? Yeah. I know, Mr. CB, it's tough. It's tough. The meds that get you to keep you moving, they have all kind of side effects with everything. Janice, it won't grow. Little Johnny. He probably left already. He just stopped by to fan the fire. If you didn't get the reference of the ring, you need to check out my last video. John, I take it like a man. I ain't scared, brother. Like I told you, the son is always looking to put the daddy down, and it never happens. The daddy always puts the son back in his place. And the SmackDown video was the first one. I put you back in your place. So there's nothing you can do that's gonna offend me or scare me off or anything like that. That's right. Team, it won't grow, Paul. So I'm looking forward to it, John. I really am. I've already got ideas for another video. Oh, but you're lucking out. My raised beds aren't doing real well right now. You're getting real lucky. See. 8 people. Man, nobody wants to come up and visit. Avec the VA. We're going to visit. Hey, Pete, how you doing, brother? Still feeling good or feeling better? Oh, somebody else is listening in the house. I can hear myself talking about a second after I stop. You better hop. You come at me like that, you could be hopping. Choop, 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 like the Easter Bunny away. Glad to hear that, Pete, bro. Glad to hear that. Come on, John. You scared? There ain't nobody else. You could do all the wah, 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 all you want. It's not often I get to be in here by myself with everybody out. Everybody went to bed early. He's like he's scared, Mr. Robert. He ain't coming up. He's going to grab his binky and his kiki and he's going to suck his thumb with his noonie and oh my God, that Cajun man's so mean. Oh man, I got some sun today. We're right at 80 degrees. Oh. Oh my God. Come on, John. I'll prove you wrong. Bring it on. Oh, I wish I'd have had it set up because I could play the video in the background for y'all. Just the clips of John. I don't know how to do it on here yet. Let's see. Nope. I'd figured out a while back how to be able to play the videos. I'd get it interesting right here. I'd make John come up and defend himself. You pissed yourself, John. What? Dude, go to the bathroom. You don't have to sit there and watch me the whole time. You can go to the bathroom. You don't have to sit there and pee yourself. Why are you pissed? Who peed in your Cheerios? Come on up. Not scared of John. He was even after I talked to him for 20 minutes on Jeff's live stream the other day. This dude was kissing his dog, Mr. Robert. That's how much of an angry man he was. I had him so settled down and scared he was kissing his dog because he didn't want to fuss no more. Fist bump, Wickshare Project. Anybody wants to come up here and visit? Right now, we're making fun of John. We talked a little bit about the greenhouse and the progress I had in the last today. Yep, warm nights. John's trying to get his courage to come up, but I don't think it's going to happen. So anybody else wants to come up, tell us what they got going on or anything like that, be more than welcome. I was hoping I was hoping Chicken Johnny would come on tonight. I didn't know if it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Mr. Robert, he said the video was epic 3 times. It was epic. Like, epic. No, it was epic. Then he was kissing a dog not long after. So I guess that's why he's mad right now. Anywho, well, you can hear the PC. Yeah, mine went to bed. It's not often everybody's in bed this early. So I figured I'd jump on for a few minutes and see if anybody wanted to visit. Been up since, well, I was outside at 3 o'clock, been up since 2:30, had half a pot of coffee going, and we get started in the greenhouse. I ended up weed eating, cutting grass, building a frame to put some totes on for my watering system in the back. The greenhouse is ready to plant. We'll be planting tomorrow. But starting off so slow in the beginning of my time off, we sure picked up a lot. Hey, Miss Gail, sure picked up a lot of pace the last few days. Excuse me. If anybody wants to come up and visit, we can visit. I know you were talking about your okra, Miss Gail. How long did you soak it for? What process did you use? We talked about a couple different ones. You used the water or the Clorox? Willie, oh my, here we go. He's gonna sit for a minute. I'm gonna let him stew. Oh, you should see that face. Oh man. Oh, he's angry.
Is there something funny?
You got that little boudet face. A boudet means a frimousse or a frown.
How you doing, Danny?
I'm doing good, brother. How about you?
I'm doing better than some, worse than others. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, man. Oh, got a smile. Oh no, John's smiling.
There's always a smile with me. Come on.
I know. Oh man.
At the end of the night, there's always a smile with me.
Oh yeah, and that's what I was saying the other day. It's your thing. It's fun.
That might change in about 2 minutes, but.
Well, I mean, that's it. That's you. It's like you smiling right now, and you got a frimousse right then you got a frown, and it's up and down. It's a roller coaster.
That's right. It's a whole roller coaster ride of fun.
And when you're talking to me, it's like poke, 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 wah, poke, 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 wah, ring, ring.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's what ticks me off is that you associating me with a door. What's that about?
Sometimes you just start talking and it's on and on and on, and it's like just like when you open a squeaky door, it squeaks the same all the time. It's monotone.
And what do you think you sound like when you open your mouth?
A grown man.
A grown man. Oh well, yes, you are more grown than me because you are a lot older than I am. You're at least 600 or 700 and something days older than me.
No, I'm like 18 months.
No, we discussed that yesterday. Or the day
you were born in what, June of 76?
That's right. And you were born in 74.
November of 74.
That's right. So you're older than me.
18 months.
Well, define. I was born June 1st of 76. You were November, 18th?
18th. My brother was November 18th, also 7 minutes before me.
Now, how the hell did I know that date?
November 18th?
Yeah.
Because it's one of the coolest dates in the world.
You've never told me when you were born.
It doesn't matter.
See, no. I pay attention.
Trash barrel done. Oh man, okra's good. You've ever eaten okra? No, I'm sorry. You say okra.
Okra. Oh, I have it downstairs. I'm actually going to grow it for the very first time this year.
Okra. What does it look like?
What do you mean? What does it look like?
I've never heard of okra. Okra's an amazing side dish. Okra, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, that's because you're from Louisiana. You're Cajun. You guys don't understand anything about hillbilly stuff and rednecks. Yeah.
Wait. I used to be the redneck hillbilly Cajun. You just gave me a compliment and just called me Cajun, John.
Well, that's what you are. You're Cajun. Oh Jesus! Oh Lord!
You beat me up
Oh
there.
Lord! Oh my Lord! Why did you have to bring this loose faucet in here?
I had to go outside for a minute, and I thought I'd beat Johnny Boy to the punch, but obviously I am slower than he is.
That's all right.
Look, guys in the chat, in the community, right now, this is not fair. I am here in the middle of two
Right where you
woodchucks.
belong. Mm-hmm. Hashtag team, it won't grow.
It won't grow.
It won't grow.
Yeah, well, hashtag team woodchucks that are gonna lose.
Yeah. Remember, in all your dirt, there's wood. Just saying.
Hey, that's fantastic.
And if it wasn't for us, your plants wouldn't grow, baby. Just saying. Ain't that right, Danny?
That's right. We got a leaky faucet and a squeaky door.
Oh, I'm glad you recognize yourself as the squeaky door. I'm glad you did. Because I'm the Portuguese man of war.
No,
boom! I just made a rhyme. Bam!
No.
Just like that. Bam! Bam! Bam!
What kind of rhyme?
No, Johnny Boy.
That's not
No.
a rhyme.
Huh?
Portuguese man of war doesn't rhyme.
No, Johnny
doesn't
Boy, you
rhyme?
are the chicken neck weasel.
I just made a perfect rhyme. What do you mean it doesn't rhyme?
What was your rhyme? I didn't hear anything you said in rhyme.
I didn't catch it either.
No, somebody in the comments, please, tell the rhyme. He said something and I rhymed it.
Say it again.
I can't. So, Danny, how's your hydroponics coming along?
The hydroponics are doing great, man. I'm going to do a video probably in the morning for the original greenhouse. It's the number 2 greenhouse, but it was the first one I started. It's just growing like gangbusters right now. There's flowers all over. I'll be pruning tomorrow to use the suckers off of those in the number 1 greenhouse. I finished it up today. It's ready to go, ready to plant. So it's ready. It's rolling. It really is. I'm excited. The raised beds are a little bit more difficult with the soil I'm using. I need to fertilize a lot more than I was expecting. The tomatoes they're growing. They're not where they should be, and the cucumbers are hurting. So
now, when it comes, let me ask you a question because you're huge into hydroponics. I see that from your videos and your setup. Which one would you say you have more success? Outside in the soil or hydroponically?
Are you, if you're growing tomatoes, hydroponic?
Hydroponically?
Yeah,
really?
growing tomatoes, hydroponically, I have way more success. You're able to control the nutrients and the water going to them, and a lot of the issues that you would like for us over here. And this time of year, we kind of in a drought, so we'd be watering a lot. In about 2 months, we're going to be in the rainy season with the storms coming in off the Gulf in the afternoon. So about the time that your tomatoes really start putting out fruit, we're overwatering everything. We can't.
So basically, what it sounds to me like is you have control over the watering aspect in hydroponics.
Correct. The water and the fertilizer setup.
And the fertilizer, right.
Yeah.
As opposed to outside, they dry out. You could let them dry out a little bit, hurts them. They get too much water, hurts them. Yeah. Okay.
The issue we have over here, like I was saying, is the amount of rain we get being right off of the Gulf. In the summertime, we get afternoon storms that'll come through and drop 1 inch to 2 inches every day. It just
wow, every day.
It can be, it can be just back to back to back to back. It just depends what the wind streams and everything's doing. Working out in the Gulf, you can see it. I mean, it's not you don't you might be 10 or 15 miles away and you just see a huge storm passing through and just dropping gallons of water, and it pushes on land. It usually doesn't make it, 20, 30 miles, and it dissipates after it hits land. So like where I'm at right here, we'll catch a lot of rain, and where Rob's at, Primal Cajun, he won't catch any. But in the same situation, if there's a front pushing from the Gulf that's dry, it could keep the rain that's further north to us off. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does. So,
well, you guys, yeah, it's amazing the weather conditions. Like where a lot of people in shed wars where they live, and I'm speaking because I'm in New England, and the weather in New England is pretty predictable. It's cold, it's hot, it's gonna rain, it's not gonna rain. There's no worries of tornadoes, typhoons, none of that stuff. Where you guys live like Oklahoma and Louisiana and California and Arizona, just the Alabama, Georgia. It's just like the weather from one week to the next is like boom, up and down. It's crazy.
One day to the next.
Yeah, last Wednesday, we were at 80 degrees, 79, 80 degrees. And Tuesday for the high, Tuesday was 80, 81. And then Wednesday morning at 3:00, it was 39 degrees.
Yeah. See, it's that fluctuation of temperatures that's so unpredictable.
Right.
It makes it tough. Like, like last year, I always put my plants out in the raised beds is May 1st. I've always done it May 1st, don't matter what.
Right.
And last year, it went down to like 26 degrees, like May 6th.
Yeah,
and it literally killed pretty much everything I had. And I was so disappointed. So this year, I'm actually going to delay all my planting until I'm going to wait till July.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to wait all the way. So I'm going to force my plants to grow from July through August and half of September. That's it.
That's it. I normally plant my cucumber seeds out in the middle to end of February, depending on how my work schedule works out. And this year I just wasn't able to do it. And thank God, because February 14th was 80 degrees. February 16th, we were in the single digits with wind chill.
Yeah. I get so aggravated, and it's like, a lot of people say like July is like, geez, you're missing out on May, April, May, July, June. I'm willing to skip all of June because because the way the weather pattern is gone in Massachusetts, I'm willing to give up the whole month of June just out of I am so upset with the weather pattern that I can grow my vegetables, a full garden, in just 2 months, July and August. I don't need 6 months of a growing season. I'm going to do it in 2 months.
Right.
Plus, you
July and
missed
August.
the bug infestations a lot doing it that way too, by waiting. Because I noticed when we planted early, man, we had so many bugs. And just by waiting a few extra weeks for us, it made all the difference in the world. So we got bugs, but we didn't get anything near what we would have.
Wickshare Project says they get rain every 2 to 3 days, 4 to 5 days of sun, a perfect mix. He said he only had to water twice last year.
Wow.
That's how it was for us in the fall.
Yeah, and it's like it gets to a point. It's like you got to go. Like, how am I going to protect these plants from 7, 8, 10 days of constant rain?
Yeah, and that's what we have the issue over here. So last year we planted in that sugar soil in the raised beds, and it did amazing because it drains fast. It holds a little bit of moisture, but it drains really fast. You can't overwater it. Well, they don't make it anymore, and I can't find anywhere that has it. So the only thing I could find was that it's called a soil builder. And in 2 to 3 years is going to be great. But learning to use it this year is one thing. But then next year is going to be composted down more. So it's going to be, fine tuning that next year. So I'm hoping that I could find a little bit better compost to add to it next year, and not have to
Hey,
add.
Danny,
Yes, ma'am.
year before last, before we moved to Missouri from Texas, I had a terrible, terrible time with my tomatoes and cucumbers. And I went on Amazon and I ordered some calcium and I put that in the dirt, and my plants look like they're dead, and they all came back. I
Yes.
mean, with vengeance, and it was
Did you,
just a calcium.
what was it? Calcium nitrate?
I don't know. Was it? I don't know. I couldn't tell you now. It was calcium. It just said
Yeah,
calcium. It could have been a nitrate.
that's nitrogen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
but
putting that right now.
it really helped
Yeah,
everything. Actually, I just put it on everything.
you added nitrogen. Calcium is nitrogen, so you added
Okay,
nitrogen
then
to them.
that's what it
So
was.
it makes them all green and lush and all that stuff.
Beautiful.
And they produced. I mean,
Yeah.
we weren't getting anything. I mean, it was flowering, and then all of a sudden it looked like it was dead.
Yeah.
And I figure, in my theory, is if it's got a root, it's still alive.
Yeah.
So
If the top end fell off, it's alive.
There
Yes.
is one mistake a lot of people make, especially in tomato growing, where with tomatoes, they need nitrogen, but tomatoes need a lot more phosphorus and potash than they need nitrogen. They don't need too much nitrogen because all you're going to give, if you give tomatoes, because tomatoes are a vine, if you give them too much nitrogen, they're going to blow up like crazy. They're going to be beautiful vines, green, but they're not going to produce as much. So tomatoes, one of the secrets is keep the nitrogen always lower than the phosphorus and the potassium. Always lower.
I did. You're right, because I did add that also. I mean, I was panicking because, well, I wasn't in Shed Wars, but I wanted my stuff to grow, and I started adding all sorts of stuff to it, and I was like, whatever. And I would wait a week to see if anything changed, and it was the calcium in the end that helped everything start growing or producing. I mean,
yes,
they started growing.
The calcium. I add calcium to my tomato plants is when I see that 50% of the plant has already had blooms, like the flowers, and then the first 50% already have little tomatoes on them. I'll add the calcium is to prevent basically the blossom end rot is when I add it. So when the plant gets the full maturity, it has taken up that dissolvable, calcium and prevents blossom end rot.
I'm actually pumping the hydroponic solution. I'm mixing the fertilizer just like I do in the greenhouse, and that's what the IBC totes for. And I'm gonna probably end up doing it a couple times a week, 3 to 4 times a week, maybe daily. Just got to see how it works out. Right now, we're gonna start off at 3 days a week doing it. Well, basically, Sundays and Wednesdays we're gonna do that. Soak it in, see how it works out with the fertilizer, the ppm and stuff, the strength of the fertilizer we have right now. If it works, we might go to, when it starts warming up, we'll reduce the mix of the fertilizer, because it's all self-mixed. It's a 3-part mix we buy in packages and mix it according to the ppm or the EC that we want to deliver to the plants. So right now I'm running at about 1200 ppm, but we're looking to do it every couple of days. Like I said, on Sundays and Wednesdays. And we're going to see how it works out for a couple of weeks. My thing is, I don't like to, do a whole bunch of things at once. I want to find out what works for me. Even if it's the last thing I do that works and I don't get a really good season off of it, I want to know what I did. That way next year I have a better starting point for it whenever it gets to that point.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Danny, so a question for you.
Okay.
Have who are you picking as a secret seed challenger?
Jeff.
You're gonna pick on the gorilla? Are you crazy?
No, the wrong gorilla. Grow something with Jeff.
Oh, grow something with Jeff.
He contacted me.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was on the live with you the other day. That's right. You already picked Jeff.
Yeah, the
That's
Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. He sent it to the wrong email address. And he must have done the video earlier because in the video he asked if I was scared. That's why he got put in my video for the SmackDown.
Oh, right.
So
right.
that's why. Are you scared? I'm not scared.
And Jan, who did you pick?
Gail.
Gail, Southern Living.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Some
We actually sent each other 3 seeds, 3 different seeds, but
I saw
we
that.
only
I saw your video. Yes. You chose
Yeah.
number 2.
Yes, I did. I'm so excited to see what it is.
It is an exciting
them all.
challenge where, you know, a lot of people can recognize what the seeds are. You know, I'm the only idiot that dropped all the seeds through my hands.
well,
I'm the only one.
Jeff sent me the seeds and he wouldn't tell me what they were. So I looked at them.
Well, he's not supposed to tell you what they are. That's
No.
I know, but I'm an asshole. I asked him about 100 times and he still wouldn't tell me.
well, because he's not an asshole. You're an asshole for asking 100 times.
If I'm an asshole, you're a whole ass.
Hey, maybe so. Fine, I'm okay with that.
No, but I went ahead and looked them up.
Switzerland, I'm neutral.
Hey Cajun Homesteader, Wickshire Project, Walsh Family,
Hello, everybody.
Walsh Farms. I'm sorry, Free Handley Made,
Canadian proud
Yale.
get outdoors.
Yep, Canadian Proud Get Outdoors, Cosmic Chariot, Pew Pew with Todd. Just take a second, make sure we didn't miss anybody.
Yankee Trader.
Yankee Trader.
Yep.
That's
The
you?
Wickshire Project. He's
Oh, boss, stop.
that's what I nicknamed him. He's the Yankee Trader.
Oh,
Getting
Lord.
clean on the prairies.
I
They're
didn't
in
see
here.
But he does make a good point about the no-till, which is something I'm trying to do with the raised beds. You know, you basically we're going to be topping off whatever we lose yearly with better organic matter. And the beds we had in the front this year is the almost the second year that we're going into with it. Was going to be a little bit more than 2 years. And cleaning them out this year and de-weeding them, I took it and I kind of turned the soil over. The earthworms in it is just amazing.
That's
I
awesome.
got some of my raised beds that are like 10 years old, and I have never dug more than 4 inches into that original compost.
Right.
And I could dig into all I do in the fall is I just throw chopped up leaves on top of it
Right.
and
Mhm.
leave it there. And I could go into any one of those older beds and I could dig up 1,000 worms from those beds.
Yeah. Awesome. Mark's in here, Arkansas woodcutter. Hello.
Hello,
You know,
Mark. How are you, Mark?
I have a friend that owns a bait shop down the road, and I want to talk to him. I want to get a bucket of worms for each raised bed and turn them loose in it and just see how it works out. I don't
Well,
want
you can do that, or you don't want to buy the red wrigglers, the true composting worms.
Well, I want worms that we could fish with also. You know, I want to be able to get in there.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. You're in Louisiana. You fish our little holes as well, like Mark does in Arkansas. Little. You use a bobber too? A little bobber? Like,
If you call the Gulf of Mexico a little hole, we went to different schools, but you know, I can't take my son out there. So yeah, we fish with a bobber with him. That's how you teach kids. You start, you know, just like I'm teaching you now, John. You know, you can't.
okay,
You can't compete. You know, that's how you teach kids. You
Yeah.
start them off slow, and then you work up to bigger things.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
God.
Yeah, you guys like Arkansas and Louisiana and even Missouri. You guys fish out of little holes with your little stupid little bobbers that you toss, and you catch a little minnow. Oh yeah, I caught a little minnow.
That's some good eating.
A minnow?
Do what?
A minnow?
No, a minnow. No, like a perch.
A
Perch and a sockeye. Some
Why
good
don't
eating.
you? Why don't
I
you?
mean,
why
it's,
don't-
it's not snapper.
Crappie.
Don't get me wrong. It's
I
not
mean,
red snapper,
walleye.
but you don't have to
How about like a 65-pound striped bass or something like that?
What's wrong
Yeah,
with a
we'll
65
take
pound
that.
snapper?
Yeah, we'll take that.
That's
And a
good-
little hole.
Kaleidoscope junkie.
No, I
Hello.
mean,
I'd love to see you catch a 65-pound snapper in a little hole.
again, you're talking about the Gulf of Mexico being a little hole, John.
Hello.
Oh, you
like-
don't fish in the Gulf of Mexico. You fish in a
Why?
little hole.
No, I don't. I fish in the Gulf of Mexico. I take my son fishing in a little hole.
Oh, yeah. See us up here in Massachusetts, in Cape Cod. We don't have little holes. We have to fish the Atlantic Ocean.
Polluted. Oh, I'm
The
sorry.
Atlantic Ocean is not polluted. I'm sorry, Jen, but the Atlantic Ocean is not polluted. You might be thinking about the Pacific. Now that's different, but the Atlantic, no.
Hey there, Kaleidoscope.
So your little area, never mind.
I mean, it depends. I like freshwater. I really like the saltwater fish. You know, if I'm picking snapper, redfish, bull reds even are really good, but you have to stuff like that. But I really, we'll go down the road in the truck, jump off in a little bayou and catch 75, 80 perch and clean these up and fry them. That's some good eating too.
It is good eating. It is good eating.
And like I said, you got to teach the kids somewhere. I don't want to take him out in the boat, 35, 40 minutes in the boat and he gets seasick. You got to start him slow.
Oh no, I just take him right out there and it's like boom, 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 boom.
He probably threw his kids over the
4 or
boat.
5 foot swells. It's like, hey, just hang on to your mother there and watch out and let's go fishing.
If you all fall out, oh well.
I actually went 7 miles out in a 16-foot flat one time, and I was mopping
16
up.
foot?
Yeah, 16 foot flat. 7 miles out. I was mopping up the specks, and the storm was coming in from the back, and when I hit my limit, I was starting to untie. I turned around and looked. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh yeah,
power. Bap! Look. So you talk about 5, 6 foot swells, but I was rolling with them. I was really
you were lucky.
I take out a lot of times. I take out my 29-foot flat, and I mean, and with a 150 on it, and it gets tossed around pretty badly, with like 15 knots.
Yeah,
I mean that thing is just all over the place.
It was slick calm. I went casting it to catch some shrimp. And it was just like calm. There was nothing.
So you were calm. Oh, I'm talking like 15 knots on a 29 flat.
No, I'm not stupid. I got a 16-foot flat with a 20 horsepower. I mean, I'm Cajun.
There you go.
I'm Cajun, but I'm not going to put myself in a bad situation. Plus, I was tied up to a production platform. So if it's, if anything happened, I was going to be up there. I mean, I'd have sunk my ex-father-in-law's boat, but I wasn't going to drown.
But
don't forget the shrimps, crawdads, blue crab. Oh,
yeah. How come you don't put any of that stuff on your channel?
Well, I haven't been trawling much the last couple of years.
That would be really interesting to see, what you're doing there.
Well, my stepdad, last year I worked the whole from February through July. Well, basically the end of January through July. So I missed trawling season. And the time before that, when I went, that was a catastrophe. The alternator fell off the boat. The boat was taken on water. Dude, it was a mess. Wow. It ended up being a mess. We got home and we were looking to see where the boat was taking on water, and the dogs were barking in the backyard. We didn't have no dogs at the time. We went check it out, and it was the neighbor's 2 dogs killed 30-something of our chickens. So, yeah. It was a bad day, but normally we go out and we'll catch, anywhere from 75 to 200 pounds. We can't go. We have to stop at 200 pounds with the license that Pops gets.
Hey, Danny, can you give me 2 minutes to go check the plumbing in the bathroom?
Yeah, we just
I
cut
think-
you
And
off.
make sure
I
it's
mean,
not
if I've let
leaking.
you stay on this long,
I'm just gonna make sure there's no leaks in the bathroom. Okay, I'll be right back.
No
There's gonna be
loose,
a leak in the
loose
bathroom.
faucets.
Hey,
No
Cajun
loose
Homesteader.
faucets. Hey, what were you saying about your pumps, Danny?
To water my the raised beds.
Is that the ones you were talking about having to replace?
Yeah, well, let's see. For my raised beds, I bought 2 sump pumps. Like, I guess I know that a lot of people use them up north for the cellars and stuff. Or and I'm trying to run it through my water system that I have, the soaker hoses, but I wanted to. I bought the timer today. It's going to kick on twice, once a day, but it's going to run both pumps. I bought 2 pumps, one for each side. There's 250 feet of soaker hose in each.
Is that like Lioncrest has? Have you seen his?
No, I haven't.
He's got like a big trash can, and he puts the sump pumps in there, and he waters.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing. Probably the
It
same
sounds
setup.
like it, yeah. That's a great system.
But I'm gonna have 2. Let's see, where's it at? I have a tote that's already cut open with the top so that the pumps can sit in it. It holds about 100 gallons of solution in it, and then I built a rack 30 inches off the ground, and I'm gonna set 2 more totes on it to where they'll drain into the other one with a float. That way, you can turn on, it'll pump. An hour later, I'm going to see how long it takes for it to pump out. And an hour later or however long later, the other pump will kick on and it'll pump down. I watered this afternoon and it was really dry. I hadn't watered in about a week. I was trying to let it dry out real good to where just the nutrients would get in. And it took me about 60 to 65 gallons watering this afternoon.
Oh, wow.
So that's 200 feet of raised beds, 3 feet wide.
It's
250 feet.
And that's not bad.
No, I was happy with that. Really happy. So I was looking at Dosatron, and I probably would have been cheaper going with the Dosatron, and I might still end up doing that. So what that does is you mix your fertilizer solution, same thing like I do in the greenhouse and like I have it out there, but you mix it at a high strength and it pumps as the water's flowing through the little pump. It sucks up and it mixes the fertilizer in with it. But the most you can.
Oh, that's awesome.
Keeping the skeeters out. I haven't kept them out yet. Actually, I just started with that. Doing things different. Hey, so the Dosatron is probably gonna be the easiest way to go, but you can only do 3% mix at the max on the amount of money I want to spend on the pump. I can spend $1,000 and I can get up to about 15%, but I just can't see spending that much right now. So I'm going to try out the 2 pumps I bought and see how they work, because I can also, if I end up not using them, I can also use them in the greenhouse to pump out my tanks when I have to replace. So
cool. Do
that's,
things different.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The keeping the mosquitoes out of the if you're talking out of the tanks, the main totes that we use and the totes in the greenhouse are covered, and I haven't had any issues with mosquitoes in those. As far as the tank in the greenhouse in the ground, we've been having one at Pop's place. That was my original greenhouse, and it's been 4 years now. We've never found a mosquito in it. The water circulates enough though to where it doesn't. I don't think we'll have any issues with it. As the tank that my pumps will be set in, that's another story. I think I'm going to cover it with house screen, and try to keep the mosquitoes and stuff out of it. It's just going to be a trial process to see how it works.
Yeah. Obsessive Gardener wants to know if you got your seeds yet.
I think he was talking to Canadian Proud.
Oh, okay. All right. I missed that.
I guess because I don't need any more seeds, please. Anybody, please don't send
That's everyone said Danny and the Queen seeds.
I mean, I got so many seeds. I am back, by the way. I got so many seeds. You guys are gonna love what I'm gonna do with 90% of my seeds that I have.
Hey, Guten Yardening and the Barnyard Chicken and the House of S. How y'all doing? We actually, I won a contest from, I think it's Getting Started on Homesteading. UT 33200, I think it is, sent me some packets of seeds. Mr. Mark sent me some packets of seeds. It's like I was overwhelmed with seeds, and I still haven't got to do any of the videos yet, thanking the people for it. So it's just, and it's like everybody, hey, you need seeds? No, I don't. I really, I have a 7 cubic foot freezer right now that I have seeds in, and it's about full.
Hey, Danny, hold on to those seeds because there is going to be a challenge on people that have a lot of seeds and shed wars. So hold on to those seeds.
I'm not getting rid of
them. You can always, there's no such thing as spending too much on seeds. Hey, bub.
I love Getting Started on Homesteading. That's the exact one I was talking about this. I still haven't had a chance to do his the shout out for winning the seeds. But what goes into hydroponics? The simple thing is you take your fertilizer you want. You decide if you want to do cracky, which is a passive hydroponics. If you want to do Dutch buckets, which is what I do, it's a little bit more involved. Or you can do nutrient film technology, which is basically you take rain gutters and grow lettuce and stuff in it. That's, it could be as simple as cracky. You start your seed, you mix your solution, you stick it in a bucket, and you wait for it to finish up. Or, it can be a lot more involved with Dutch buckets and nutrient film technology to where you're spending thousands of dollars on machines to monitor. And, I got a pH meter and a ppm meter, but I go to the property and get the water out the water well over there, and the water comes out perfect every time. If I use the town water, I have to use more chemicals and stuff to adjust the pH.
So you're using the pH up, pH down.
I don't. If I use the town water, I have to use pH down
because of the chlorine.
Because of the chlorine, correct. If I go to the property, when I add my fertilizer and everything, it hits right into the 6.1, 6.2 mark. It's right on the upper edge, but it's never given me any.
So hydroponics wants what, like a 5.5?
It depends. It depends what type of plant you're growing. Tomatoes is somewhere. It's like 5.9, 5.8 to 6.1, 6.2.
Everything hydroponic wants more acidity.
Not everything. There's a there's a scale for the different types of plants that you're growing. Whenever you grow hydroponics, there's a scale that puts you, basically everything's mostly from like 5.8 to 6.1, 6.2. That's where it likes to be. You in that area you can grow a lot of them. There are others that like it lower, 5.1, 5.2, and as much as 7.1, 7.2.
Wow. What do you do in the system when there's such a variance? How do you balance that out within that system?
Yeah, how do you control the pH?
You try to grow only one variety in the system. So if I'm growing tomatoes, I try to grow just tomatoes. Now, tomatoes and peppers will work together, but the peppers like more nutrients than the tomatoes do. But it's not that big of a difference. Somebody asked, where did I hear about it? When I was working in Ohio, my job turned into sitting in a truck and watching people work, and I wasn't excited about it. And I was just getting back into gardening when I went up there, so I spent a lot of time watching videos and Found Web Cajun Mr. Donald from the Bayou Gardener. Started watching that. Then,
God bless his soul. He was awesome.
he was a great dude.
God bless his soul.
I got to meet him at the last get together they had for the Bayou Gardener.
You're lucky.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I almost didn't
Yeah.
go. I'm gonna wait the next time. But that's basically it. I started doing that. Then I found MHP Gardner, and at that point, he was just starting to get into the hydroponics portion.
MHP, Bobby, another one. Awesome, fantastic.
I started watching him, and then I met a guy from Rob Primal Cajun. I met him on the Bayou Gardener site because I always needed somebody to help with the greenhouse with work. So I had to talk Pop into helping me. And we went to Rob's place, and Rob had one tomato on the plants, and Pop walked right in there and picked it up. Pop pulled it off the plant. Rob was like, "Rob, dude, I'm so sorry." He's like, "Oh, it's all right." Pop ate the tomato. He's like, "Oh yeah, we going hydroponics with that, bro." And that
You just mentioned two channels that are true heroes of mine in gardening knowledge.
Yeah.
Is Donald, God bless his soul, and Bobby, the MHP Gardener.
Yep.
He's not around YouTube as much anymore, but man, you Cajuns can grow some serious food.
Mr. Donald had his area down pat. He's about 60, 80 miles north of me. It's a little bit different, the seasons and everything, but he had it down pat. And then after all that, when I started growing hydroponically and I had the greenhouse, I found Mr. CB, made friends with Mr. CB. So he's a wealth of knowledge also. CB with CB's Greenhouse and Garden, he's a wealth of knowledge with the hydroponics.
And one of the first things that I can remember, and this goes back years and years ago, is when I started the gardening stuff. And I would see like not Cajun hydroponics. I didn't even know you then. Donald, and the MHP Gardener, and I would look at their soil and it's like that soil looks like absolute crap. And it's like my soil is so much better than theirs, but yet their plants totally outdid mine. And it's like, what am I doing wrong? Like their soil. He would just make a furrow and it's like a bunch of chunks of dirt and it's like, then he goes around with his golf cart and he just squirts a little water here and there. And it's like,
he wasn't squirting water. He was squirting that hydroponic solution on his
Is
plant.
that what he was doing?
That's what he was doing. Yep.
Yeah. And it's like, son of a gun. It's like my soil, I got pure, beautiful black compost.
Right.
And I can't get my plants to grow like his.
Well, his secret, just for you, John. I'm not going to tell nobody else.
Okay, hey Jen,
Just pause yours, Jen. He uses the Master Blend, the Epsom salt, and the calcium nitrate. 1 tablespoon of the calcium nitrate, 1 tablespoon of the Master Blend, and 1/2 tablespoon of the Epsom salt. And then he added 1/2 tablespoon of Roundup.
Roundup.
Wow.
Yeah.
What, the weed killer?
Yeah, just for you, John. Just for you. Nobody else heard that. You add I will send you the Master Blend and all that if you just add the Roundup to your garden.
Roundup.
Wow, that the Roundup, that's a shocker.
No, John, it's a joke.
Oh, okay.
It's to kill your plants, John. That's why I said it was just.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the Roundup. Like, yeah, okay. Oh, Danny.
It's a joke. Everybody.
Danny, it's okay. You can joke all you want because now you ticked me off again because now you got me thinking with the Roundup. You are due in court, just so you know, on the 8th.
Yeah, I'm not scared, John. Yeah, doing things different. I'm sorry. Everybody in the side, it was a joke. Do not add Roundup. It was just a John.
Okay, yeah, because that threw me off. Like Roundup, like really?
Different said they fell for it.
I fell for it, like because I'm totally digged into what you're telling me.
Well, that's why I knew you were interested in what he used. So that's why I said the Roundup, and you was like,
Roundup.
Hey, Dan, does he does he really use the Epsom salt though in that solution?
I believe he does. Yes, for the magnesium in it. Yes,
Magnesium.
I
Okay.
He uses the master blend, the Epsom salt, and the calcium nitrate. The master blend and the calcium nitrate is 1-to-1, and the Epsom salt is half of the calcium nitrate and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna send.
No, I'm not sending him nothing. I'm not sending him. I'm gonna send him some Roundup.
I need some master blend. I just in case.
Hey, Jen, I will be gladly to send you one of my own special fertilizer blends, and I'll make sure it has Roundup in it.
Oh, really?
Hey, Dan,
permaculture.
And then I'll send you a cover crop of dandelion seeds.
I love you, Johnny boy. You're
Actually, put 2 gallons of if you're using like the hydroponic solution, it should get you right at about 800 ppms. For 2-gallon mix, you use 1 tablespoon of the master blend, 1 tablespoon of the calcium nitrate, and a half a tablespoon of the Epsom salt. And you mix it all good. You mix each of them one at a time. You mix your calcium nitrate. You mix your master blend. You dump it in your jug. Then you mix your Epsom salt. You dump it in your jug. Then you mix your calcium nitrate and you dump it.
So you're mixing everything separately, but dissolved already.
Yes, you want to dissolve it separately from each other because the calcium nitrate and the master blend I've never seen it happen. I've mixed it all together at one time. But people say it doesn't physically do anything, but it
chemically reacts to it.
It can lower the effectiveness of what you're using.
But the basics of it, we do it as the teacher shows us how to do it. And Donald was a teacher to anybody in the world.
He was a great teacher.
This is how I do it. And I mean, like onions. I mean, I didn't learn how to grow onions from him. I learned from old Alabama gardener, which is also another gardening guru. Awesome. Old Alabama gardener. And I just sit there and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it just like this guy's doing it. And before you know it, it's like, son of a gun. Holy shit, it works.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it ever since for the past 10 years, and I will not change it for the world.
Well, and that's I'm sorry, Ms. Jan, say it again.
I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't,
that's right.
Well, that's right. Well, there's some kind of in Shed Wars, there's some kind of plumbing that needs fixing, and I must fix it at some point.
Somebody needs to grease the hinges on that door too.
Excuse me.
Wait.
I was talking about plumbing.
He's talking about my loose faucet.
I know, and he's the squeaky door.
No.
You watched my last video, Miss Jan?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I think I watched it twice actually because I laughed so hard the first
Hey, Danny, you can talk about the squeaky doors all you want. Just remember, you are due in court at the Marshal's Chamber the 8th of this month.
And I told you Doc Holliday don't like the Marshal. So
that's a holiday. I'm sorry. All the governmental offices are closed, Danny. You're exempt.
It doesn't matter. I don't do well with authority.
Okay, what's master blend?
Master blend is just like a fertilizer.
Is it something you buy or make?
Yes, it's something you buy.
And it's called master blend.
Master blend.
That's good one.
Amazon sells it. They sell the 3 parts, the Epsom salt but the main before you buy Epsom salt anywhere is talk to your local farm supply store, not like Tractor Supply, the mom and pop store. I picked up a 50-pound bag 2 years ago for like $17. It's ridiculous how much. It's ridiculous how much you actually get for the price. You go to the store and you buy it in the little tubs, for $1.
It's like $4 or $5.
Yeah. So you can't beat the price on it. But the master blend, I don't remember. I think it's my. Go check on the box outside by the door and see where it came from. I just got some in. I ordered I ordered 100 pounds of it.
Those white boxes?
Yeah, the white boxes. I don't remember the place, but they is the same. They sell through Amazon also.
Good.
But
Okay.
I love it. There's a whole bunch of different hydroponic supply stores.
Morgan County Seeds.
Morgan County Seeds is where I got it from. I go through Morgan County Seeds instead of Amazon.
Yeah, I got a company here about 30 minutes from my home that also sells like the 50-pound bags of Master Blend for like big commercial gardening.
Right. Well, ordering it from them, I can only get it in 25 pounds is the most they could ship it, and they can't ship it all out on the same day. They could ship 2 out a day at the most of a particular home.
You know, I've never used the Master
Wow.
Blend. Usually, I just use the like to get my plants going. I use the Horse Tools 20-20-20, and then the 13-13-13 or 10-10-10.
Is that water soluble?
Which one?
Either one of them.
The 20-20-20 is water soluble. Yes.
Okay.
But
Raven? Lord.
the 10-10-10 and the 13-13-13 is granulated. It's more of a slower release.
Kaleidoscope Junkie, I'm not sure. It's Master Blend from whatever I just said. I done forgot. Morgan County Seeds. It could be from if you go to Morgan County Seeds, it's right there. They usually
I
have.
wonder if our farm store sells that because they sell.
They might be able to get it, and the only reason I haven't talked to my farm store, I've gotten everything else from them. Like my Pier Light, the places that stock it around here is $35-$36 a bag for 4 cubic feet. So I was talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, I can get it cheaper than that." The first time I ordered from him, I got it for $20 a bag, and the last 2 times it was $17 a bag.
Nice.
So, you know, he doesn't stock it. It could take up to 3 weeks to get it. He only gets it whenever he gets a truck coming in. But I try to always order early enough to where, you know, I'm not in the bind for it.
Yeah.
But
There you go.
we use 13-13 over here. We sprinkle it out across the top of the beds. It's you can dissolve it. It doesn't, you know, I don't do it. Normally what we do in the raised beds last year was take a handful and, you know, throw it across the top of the bed. And as we water in, we do it once a week. It worked well, but the raised
It's a slow release fertilizer. As it rains, as you water it, it starts dissolving. It's a slow release fertilizer, which for me, I love the 13-13 and the 10-10-10.
Right.
I love it.
But
the 20-20-20 from Horse Tools,
yeah,
I mean, you want to talk about a boost?
I guess. I guess. No, it's a slow release fertilizer, but a lot of the times with the slow release fertilizers, the nitrogen dissipates quick from it. You know, almost the second time you water, and the rest of the stuff, which is good because it's not a constant beat down on the plants with all that nitrogen. So
a lot of times, you know, people think like, oh, nitrogen's the most important thing, and I think it might be associated with it might be the first number on the NPK number on any fertilizer, but a lot of plants, like, you know, leafy greens like lettuces and all that stuff, they need the nitrogen, sure, but most plants don't need that much nitrogen. They need is the phosphorus and the potassium to actually produce the roots, the blossoms, and then the fruit. So that's why I go low. I stay low on the, you know, the nitrogen part of it.
I bought some it was 15, 58, 36 fertilizer one time, and it was ridiculous.
That's some really heavy commercial shit right there.
It was ridiculous. And
That's some heavy stuff right there.
But I think a lot of people end up, mixing up the calcium because it makes beautiful plants. It just doesn't. It doesn't work well, for the fruiting aspect of it. But because people think, the bigger the plant, the more fruit I'm going to get.
No, that's not necessarily true. No. I mean, I could grow a tomato plant, and I could just give it, 50% nitrogen and 2%, phosphorus and potassium, and I'm going to get this big, massive green bush. I'm not going to get no blooms. I'm not going to get no fruit out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, I slacked off on what I should have concentrated on, which is the phosphorus and potassium.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want leaves out of a tomato plant. I want fruits. I want blossoms.
Yeah.
Now, my salad, if I want to grow lettuce, the hell with the potassium. I mean, I'll use the phosphorus to create a nice solid root base, and then I'm going to just give it nitrogen like hell. Here, grow big leaves. Thank you.
Chris's Clever Craft is asking a 1010, a 1313 that does a specific brand you use or you like better. I don't have a specific brand. I go with, I don't go with the cheapest, but I try to get it where, kind of in between. It's usually $12 to $15 a bag for 50 pounds.
Yeah, Chris, they're all pretty much the same. I mean, they all advertise. If it's 1313, some companies will charge you $14. A cheaper company will charge you $12. It's all the same.
Yep.
It's all the same.
Cajun Homesteader said he uses 1313. That's what we normally do. We'll put out the 1313, draw the rows, and then plant in them. And,
absolutely, 1313. And that's something you could add like every 2 months.
Very slow.
Very slow release. You don't have to keep. Oh, when am I going to fertilize again? Every 2 weeks. Oh no, you do that 1313. Let it go for 3 months. It'll be fine.
Oh no, we add more than that. That's what we did.
Well, how much do you add at the beginning?
Like last year in the raised beds, we didn't add anything, and it started looking early on like we needed just a hair more. So we started the first week, we put like a tablespoon around the base of each plant, watered it in, and then by the end of the season, Sheena was just taking handfuls of it and throwing it. And I mean, with the tomatoes and the peppers and everything, it was just completely ridiculous. And apparently it was saturated enough in the soil because with the broccoli, we didn't have to put nothing for the broccoli last year, for the spring broccoli.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, Danny, I must go to sleep. Thank you so much. What do you mean, why? Because it's almost 11 o'clock at night, and I got to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I'll be up with you. Call me. We'll drink some coffee and visit.
Well, there you go. But in the meantime,
at 3 o'clock this morning, and I can tell you right now, I'm not going to be at your office for the marshal.
You are going to be in my office. You are April 8th in my office.
You might be talking some smack about me, but I'm not going to be there.
He didn't say what time though. So, I told you all the offices are closed that day, John.
I make my own time. You know the time? I'll tell you the exact time. 6 p.m. April 8th. You are to be at my office, and I will address you properly.
Not going to happen.
I'm telling you, Danny, you better be there. Do not make me send out a warrant for you.
Bobby's not gonna get me. Bobby's the sheriff. You can't even send out a warrant. You're the marshal. The clerk has to tell you. I went over all that in my video.
Bobby,
you can
Bobby, you got me. Danny, don't test me. And I'm telling you right now, do not test me. You are to be in my courtroom, my marshal's chamber at 6 p.m. April 8th.
You already
understand me.
You
Do I
already
make myself
did.
clear? And you can bring your attorney back there. I see your attorney back there, all smirky. You can bring your attorney with you, and I'll take care of your attorney as well. As
I'm
far
not-
as you're concerned, you're not too far behind.
I am the deputy, and you have not.
I am the marshal. You could
You
be
have
deputy
not
all you want.
produced
I'm the marshal.
papers to properly serve my client.
I just did. I will
No.
see you April 8th, 6 p.m. You guys have a wonderful night.
I'll see
Love-
you in video.
love
but
you
won't
guys.
see me. Have a good one, man.
Love
Take it
you
easy.
too.
Bye,
Oh,
guys.
God. Take that off the video,
Be safe
Danny. I
tomorrow.
said love him. All right.
Let's see.
I'm following suit because
You heading
Yeah.
out, you too?
I'm going to listen. I'm just going to go in the chat.
I'm only gonna be about another 10 minutes.
Love you.
Love you
Y'all
too.
have
Have
a
great one.
wonderful week.
You too. Let's see. Yeah, he's from Massachusetts, Cajun homesteader, or in that area. Don't panic, it's organic. Lazy Acre Homestead, how you doing? I missed you. I'm sorry. We can stay out here 9 more minutes. We're gonna make it. See how it works out. Thanks for stopping by. I tell you what, we'll go ahead and shut it all down. It was great having John and Miss Jan, visiting with me, and everybody in the chat on the side. Thank y'all so much. Is great. I had a blast. I'm ready to go make some dodo. Let's see if I missed anybody else. So, yep. Anybody got anything else? We'll go ahead and thank you, Chris. You have a great night as well. So, South Louisiana, boy, you gotta love it. Y'all grow that later. It's warming up. Shed Wars is gonna be fun. Y'all have a good one.